Alright, this is for 4th grade ELA text set 6, illustration study craft. Our essential question, how does an illustrator make decisions to interest readers? Our goal is to recognize and understand a writer's underlying use of text structure. What are you thinking about the bird on the cover? The bird is a ruby-throated hummingbird, and its wings can beat faster than the wings of any other bird, as many as 200 times per second. This is just one of the facts you will learn about 14 different kinds of birds in this book. The title is Magnificent Bird by Narsa Toga. It describes some unusual behaviors of birds and shares other fascinating facts, such as which bird has the largest wingspan or the longest bill. Are you wondering what other birds will read about and what we'll learn? Let's find out. Alright, the bald eagle. So it's native to North America. That's our heading. This is kind of like our subheading. And then this is the information. Spectacular flight displays are performed by the bald eagle, both to defend territory and to reinforce a bond with their mate. The pair will swoop, soar, and cartwheel before locking talons and free-falling until they almost hit the earth. From its hunting grounds over lakes and coasts, the eagle returns to the same nest every year, usually about 5 feet deep. The nest can grow much bigger as pairs add to them each year until the supporting branches snap under the increasing weight. The Andean flamingo. High up in the Salt Lakes, which they're native to South America, high up on the Salt Lakes of the Andes Mountains, huge flocks of pink Andean flamingos gather every summer to perform their courtship dance. Males march and shuffle in tight formation, turning their heads quickly from side to side in a movement known as flagging. They flick their neck back to preen their feathers and make jabbering and honking sounds. This striking display is designed to attract a mate. Once a flamingo has a partner, they will stay together for several seasons and lay only one egg each year. Flamingos' naturally gray plumage is transformed to bright pink by the food they eat. Interesting. Andean flamingos can fly more than 700 miles in a single day to find the right shallow, salty lake with an algae they prefer. All species of flamingos live in large flocks. The lesser flamingo found in Africa can gather in groups of more than 1 million birds. In addition to South America and Africa, species of the flamingos are found in the Middle East and the Caribbean. So, are you noticing that each 2-page spread focuses on a different bird? Why do you think the author organized the text this way? What else are you noticing? Greater bird of paradise. They're found and native to Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. In the rainforests of Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and Australia lives a family of birds with unusual plumage known as collectively as birds of paradise. The males of the 39 known species go to great lengths to attract a mate. Some, such as the Wilson's bird of paradise, show off bright primary colors on their feathers and skin. Others, such as the ribbon-tailed astrapi, have ornamental feathers that can be nearly 3 feet long. Many birds of paradise inherit a sequence of dance steps they display to impress mates. The greater bird of paradise, the largest of the family, is at around 17 inches in length. In the rainforest canopy, the male calls and waits for a female to enter its courting territory. Often another male will display alongside it in competition. Once a potential mate is watching, the bird will parade and hop around back and forth, shaking and showing off the extravagant feathers on its back. It will then freeze in a pose, allowing the female to inspect its plume. Such displays can last to 4 hours. Red-crowned quail, I'm not going to discuss that. Common kingfisher, taku takan, ruby-throated hummingbird. Native to North and Central America. During courtship, the wings of the male ruby-throated hummingbird move faster than the wings of any other bird. As it displays to a female, the male hummingbird reaches an incredible 200 wing beats per second, nearly 4 times faster than its usual 53 beats. Hummingbirds' wings are connected to the body only at their shoulder joint, meaning they rotate in a similar way to insects' wings. No other bird has wings like this, and it is why the hummingbird can hover and fly so acrobatically. Such rapid movements means the hummingbirds may eat twice its body weight in a day to maintain its energy. They use their long tongues to feed mainly on nectar and sap, but also eat insects and spiders. The hummingbird has one of the highest metabolic rates of any animal and a heart rate that can exceed 1,000 beats per minute. It builds a tiny cup nest out of grasses and spider webs, camouflaged with dead leaves, where the female cares for the offspring alone. So think about what you have heard so far. What are some ways birds are different from others? Alright, this bird is named the wandering apparatus. To wander is to move from place to place in a long and winding way, without direction. Based on what I read, would you say this is a good name for this bird? And I'm going to read it. Ranges across Southern Ocean and North Pacific. The wandering apparatus has the largest wingspan of any modern bird species, measuring up to 12 feet across. It spends most of its life in flight, primarily using a technique known as dynamic soaring to stay aloft. It glides up and down on ocean winds to generate momentum. In this way, the apparatus can be in the air for hours and travel vast distance without once flapping its wings. An apparatus can cover more than 10,000 miles in a single journey. Some have been known to circumnavigate the globe in only 46 days. The wandering apparatus sometimes follows ships for food and holds a deep-rooted place in maritime lore as a symbol of good luck. The apparatus can only comes ashore to breed on remote islands. Pairs mate for life and take turns caring for a single egg each year. Once a young apparatus has its flight plumage, which develops before it is a year old, it spends the next 5 to 10 years at sea until it is ready to mate. Thought to be able to live for up to 50 years, the wandering apparatus is one of the few birds that usually dies of old age, although modern fishing techniques are an increasing threat to its longevity. I'm going to keep going. Barn owl worldwide. The near silent night flights of the barn owl are not the only thing that makes it such a deadly hunter. Its senses of hearing is among the most sensitive of any animal. Although it hunts mainly at dawn and dusk, the barn owl is able to catch prey where was I at? Okay. The barn owl is able to catch prey in total darkness from sound alone. Its heart-shaped face collects sound, and asymmetrical ear placement allows the owl to determine prey's location with pinpoint accuracy. With its large eyes, the barn owl's vision is twice as sensitive as humans. The barn owl swallows prey whole, then regurgitates incredible materials like fur, and basically it's like a hairball. They literally throw it up in a complete pellet. Others mates for life and raise young together. The male owl brings food back to be shared among its owlets. At 10 weeks, young barn owls have mastered flying and begin to hunt. Despite this parental care, as many as 3/4 of barn owls die in their first year. Nearly half of hatchlings never make it out of the nest, most commonly because of food shortage. So the author says the barn owl has a heart-shaped face. Would you agree based on what you see in the illustration? Would you agree? And what else do you notice? Alright, so that was Magnificent Birds. We're going to talk about the how they organized the text structure for this text.